The candlestick, as it is, I once was. Time dwindles down, the candlestick burning. Enter the demons swallowing whole our souls, their teeth grinding into the flesh at its fattest part. It is almost as if we can see ourselves, departing from ourselves, being forced into the co-pilot seat, left to watch our inner kamikaze ego self give it their best performance, attempting to perform the composition of a timeless masterpiece from the result of blending the chaos with madness, and lost in the breaths wasted, losing all conscious abilities to find within a single fuck left to be given for nothing. Sentenced to be a substance abused in abundance, controlled in the revolution, freely distributed until supplies have become limited, eventually prevented from its potential, the underlying principle undermining it all. After all, the square root of nothing is, after all, nothing. It's a shotless war, lost in the scuffle, the scurrying feet of a generation lining up in masses to walk into the machine in the making of standardized replicas that are dissociated, abandoned, betrayed, and baptized, to walk away eager to please, to do as told, to lose the self, the identity, just to erase humanity. After all, perfect military is a carbon copy of conformity. Look at the powerful seep in excesses, knowledge kept selfishly to protect the benefits of their investment's best interest. They stare with silent decaying glances past everyone's faces, then fall back to their wristwatches. They cannot awaken fulfilled. Gratification is an expression often forgotten, as is its source. We awakened wounded in worrisome wonder, the words of wisdom we wondered, why we were forced to listen when we were forced to hear, the things that we could not understand, that we could not help, things that we had to learn, but learn only as far as they would allow us. Once, when we were allowed, when words spoken out loud would not lash out aggressively, thus unintentionally welcoming a mad world of war. They figure they will grant us diligently their diligence, just this once, since it is just that one favor, just this one instance of innocent innocence, consistent existence, exits resistance, an instant justice instance that relives within us like an unstable assistant, lending us use of their assistance to help with the countless what-ifs bestowed upon us. Vastly outnumbered, we anticipate how quickly they will eventually infiltrate, penetrate the perimeter, smiling as they yank hard upon the leash of that very angry dog, barking, hungry, frozen from the coldness in its eyes, the thirst unquenchable, unattainable, unavailable. We never have more than enough, even when they are swimming in excesses far exceeding plenty. The powerful have never gone hungry, not once that anyone can recall. In times of war, bitchery, and bickering, our hungry mouths have had to bite the tongues in our cheek and choke upon the blood warm in the throat as it passes down like the memories that stood out to us most. The contrast acts as a compass, once polarized to lead home the wounded, weak, and weary, to guide the lost and too far gone souls. Those that used to sit like us, beside us, breaking bread, those young, hungry portraits of dreams of who we would be when we grew up, the unprecedented us, the versions that mattered the most. As we have now reached the end of the first act, there will be no bows, no handshakes, no hugs, no comfort to redistribute in super small rations equally divided, no matter how harsh the stomach's growling had grown. Hunger and desires can be filtered thus. The candlestick burns shorter, its wax drips down upon the saucer that becomes inevitably the stick's end anew. That drinks the last breath of the dragon and hiccups a tiny smoke ring. A rubbed out end of lit sage smothers, lit to cleanse the atmosphere, and the stain left upon from the visit's impression, the core of the depression, swallowed in the blank expression when asked the gentlest question. The childlike stature, yet decadent nature, for demons cannot smile the same as we do.